Hi, Lambrian.
Hi, Noor.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm preparing potatoes and water to be boiled now.
Yes, I see the potatoes, but why do you need them?
Well, I'm anticipating that potatoes will be delicious food for us now.
Okay, all right. And I suggest then to cook our dish with our next guest, UN resident coordinator in Kazakhstan, Michaela Friberg-Storey.
It's Talk and Cook. Let's go.
Okay, hello. Hi. Nice to meet you today and welcome to our program, Talk and Cook. Here we go. Welcome to our kitchen. We see a lot of different ingredients. We see the red fish and we have the pan with the water, and we have there potato which is boiling. So Michaela, tell us about the dish we are going to cook today.
Well, in Sweden, we are a little bit like Kazakhs. You like to have your besh parmak and your cloth at every meal when it's a big festive family meal. And in Sweden, we will have salmon.
Oh, yes.
So today we're gonna cook one version of salmon that I very much like.
That's great. So tell us about the dish. What is the name of the dish?
It's going to be a salmon on a salt bed, which means that the salmon gets quite a lot of salt into it. And then to that, we're gonna have some fresh asparagus and a sauce, a white sauce with a little bit of caviar. And then we're gonna have some beautiful potatoes next to it. Not too much, because the taste is the fish.
Yes, the main is the fish. Okay, and we have also a little bit of shrimps here. So
that
what we're gonna
go
do
into the sauce to make it a little bit more seafoody.
Yes, super. So let us start. You will lead the process.
I will lead the process.
Yes.
I
Okay.
will help you.
We will help.
If you don't mind, just
That
tell
sounds
us
perfect.
what to do.
I think I'm gonna start by actually taking these. We're gonna therefore need a small pan with a little bit of water and lots of salt.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's put a little bit of water in here. Thank you.
You're welcome. So while we're in the processing of the cook, so we just want to ask you, Michaela, are you a representative of the UN?
Correct.
Yes, United Nations, organizations of the United Nations, right?
Yes.
So you came to Kazakhstan specifically in what year?
Came here 3 years ago during
years ago.
COVID. So the first few months, they don't really count because we were just all staying inside and I didn't get to go out and meet people. But I've been here for 3 years already.
Yeah, we know how it was complicated period for Kazakhstan. Not just for Kazakhstan, for all over the world.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
But we're through the COVID period, hopefully, and now we're still recovering a little bit, everyone. But yes, 3 years.
Let's live without viruses.
Yes.
Yes,
So
let's
how
just
was
get out
your
from there.
adoption period here in Kazakhstan? Was it really hard for you to?
No. I loved it from day one.
Yeah,
it was
but I
winter
think-
when I came. And
Yeah, that is the same thing.
What can you say about our winters in comparing to Sweden?
Well, actually, I lived in Thailand just before I came.
Oh,
So I came from almost...
From
Completely
hot
another
place.
story.
It was 38 degrees hot when I got on the airplane, and it was 32 minus or something more or less when I came.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I really enjoy the Astana winter. It's so sunny and so beautiful that you can't compare it to a winter that I'm used to. Swedish winters are so dark and grey.
Ah, I see.
Equally long, but never beautiful.
But is it colder?
No, nothing is colder than
Nothing is
Astana.
Right.
And for example, Norway, there is no days over there, right? It's like
It's the same in Sweden up in the north, you know.
Up in the north.
And that's what's the bad thing, you know. Here it is so sunny. Look, now I'm taking
Yes.
some salt.
Okay. Let's
for
comment us a little bit about the process you're.
So I'm taking this salt and I'm putting it in this oven pan. And the point is just to have a lot of salt under the fish so that the salt comes through, but it doesn't go into the fish because you keep the skin on.
Okay. Okay.
So
we
it
see.
doesn't go in. So when you serve this fish, you have to cut the meat of the fish off because this is too salty to eat.
Yeah, it's too salty. Yes, it's too much salt.
So
I'm a little
I'm
bit
actually
scared of
just
it.
gonna move the fish over there and leave him while that starts to boil. Okay, look at this beautiful friend.
Oh, it's so beautiful, right?
So the fish will absorb that salt.
The fish will absorb the salt, but not too much, you know? That's the thing.
Yes, we can.
That's why we
remove
don't cover it.
Exactly, exactly. So you don't need to put more salt on it now.
it. And you put it into the oven right like this, where.
Yeah, I prefer it like that, to be honest. But I'm a very simple person when it comes to
And it's good. So now we have.
Now, let's see. Now I'm going to put these shrimps in just to make sure that they get a little bit of...
Cooked, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Look at that, how it looks like.
Well, now in the meanwhile,
In the meanwhile, right.
we are going to take a little bit of lemon, I think. But I need to cut it.
Okay.
Okay, I
Here
will
we
do
have
that.
our knives.
I'm very nice for doing that. Don't worry.
No, knives up there.
Knives are there, and maybe you
Nice
want to
and
have a cutting board, because
cutting
otherwise
board.
the
Cutting
lemon
board.
will ruin
Let's
this
go.
beautiful marble.
It's underneath. Yep.
Here we go.
Here. Okay.
It's starting boiling.
Do you want me to slice it?
I haven't really decided yet. Why don't you start by cutting me one piece that I can use and squirt some lemon on the fish, and then we'll take it from there. But we
give
save
you
some as
this.
well. Yeah, you give me that, thanks.
Sure.
Okay, we're like seasoning it, right?
So we're seasoning it with a little bit of lemon, like that. Like that. Then I'm just gonna double check that there's no bones, and I do that with my hands because we like to cook with our hands, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's fine.
No bones over there.
No bones over there. Let's see what's happening with our potatoes.
Potatoes.
Oh, the potatoes are down.
Ready?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Great.
would say so. They can stay there, baby.
Are they soft now?
I would say that they're soft. What do you think?
Yeah.
Try it.
Try.
Yeah, very soft.
So they need to be mashed. Okay.
Do we have some?
Maybe this one.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. I need another one for the sauce, maybe. I can actually use that. Let's see how boiled they are. What do you reckon? You're a strong man.
literally
You can mash potatoes. Look.
Yeah.
And we also have this blender in case.
I have a strong
Very
man
easy.
here.
Ah,
You
strong
see?
man.
much.
Okay. Please
There you go.
Thanks for giving me
Go
work.
on.
I will
Use
do
your
that.
strengths.
Sure.
You see? He's
Yeah.
good. He's a natural. He's a natural.
Yes.
Okay, and then we will actually... What do we think? Will I burn now from this, do you think?
Do we need more, Michaela?
I think maybe that's enough.
Enough. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that can just rest there.
Yeah, so we mashed them
very
like
soft.
nowadays mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You know, and what we're gonna give you in that, you are actually allowed to take a little bit of this and mash in as well.
Oh, a little bit of sour cream.
Yeah, do a little bit of sour cream. Do we know what type of oil? Oh, we have olive oil here.
We have olive oil,
have olive oil.
right?
Have
olive
And just the ordinary one. So Lambrian keeps mashing it.
You can mix that in.
Already done, I think.
With the oil,
with
Oh, with
you
the
know?
oil. Sorry, that.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
There we
Yeah, I
go.
have to learn a lot from Michaela.
You see? You see? Yeah, there's a lot of that. Now, do we have some crushed black? I see black pepper here, but do we have some that is crushed? Otherwise,
I
we
think
have
so.
another job for you.
Okay.
The smashed
Tell
pepper.
me that now. I have to figure it out. So.
Now I'm gonna do,
Oh,
you
you
know.
Oh yes, it's very beautiful. And also with the fish.
Yeah, just actually not too much because it's black pepper. Okay, we do like that. Now let's put the fish in. You ready?
Yes. I can help
All
you
right.
with this. Okay.
Ba-bam.
Okay. In it goes.
Close.
We close. We
Yes.
leave him there.
Okay.
And in the meanwhile, we will now, it's terribly exciting, isn't it?
Yes.
We will now drain these.
So,
Let's rinse those. And you know what? You can actually leave them because it's good if they cool off. So we just do like this. And then we just place them there.
no, it's maybe another one. Maybe this one,
Maybe the
yes.
bigger one.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Perfect. We leave that. Then, you know, I'm not usually the one who cooks in my family. So,
Yes.
So
we
you-
are ready. We are here ready to help.
Yeah. You don't
Okay.
prefer to cook in your family, right?
no, it's not. I'm the IT person.
You are IT person.
Yeah, I'm the IT person. My husband is the one who cooks.
Oh, you're a real lucky one.
I think it's kind of like connected to your job because. You
Oh, don't
are-
worry, he has the same job.
Oh, really? United Nations.
Yes.
Oh.
Because I just wanted to ask you about how to find this balance, you know, between for women particularly, how to balance your work and life.
It's a
Parts
bit
of the life.
It's a bit embarrassing to answer because I balance it by being here without my family. So my husband stayed in Bangkok with our 2 children, and I moved to Kazakhstan.
Oh wow!
So you know,
So you're doing it pretty. So it works for your family pretty good.
it works, but of course it's very sad that I don't, you know, I'm not with them. But I think it's very hard to be. You can't be a full-time parent and work full-time. It just, you know, because that's 2 full times, you know, and so that's why you need to help each other so that everyone.
Yeah, I think this is the key to help each other.
If you help each other, you can have the double income and you know, both have a career, but you have to share. You have to share everything.
Okay, guys, while we're cooking salmon here, I'm gonna introduce you to some interesting facts about Sweden. Do you know that Swedish passport is one of the best passports in the world? You can enter 124 countries without a visa if you have Swedish passport. Swedish music is one of the country's biggest exports. Sweden is known for producing many world-renowned pop singers and bands. In fact, the country is the world's 3rd largest music exporter. Some of Sweden's most famous musicians include ABBA, Robin, Jose Gonzalez, Swedish House Mafia, Zara Larsson, The Guardians, and Ace of Base. More than half of Sweden is covered in forest. Forests cover 2/3 of the country's geographical area, or 23 million hectares, the same size as the United Kingdom. Private individuals own half of the land, while private corporations own the remaining half. Sweden uses its own currency called krona instead of using euro. Although the country is a member of the European Union, it does not use the euro currency. The Swedish krona is still in use in Sweden. Swedes are regarded for being one of the world's top coffee drinkers, and they drink a lot of it. In Sweden, coffee breaks are referred to as fika. Fika is an element of Swedish culture that is observed twice daily and involves coffee, cake, and pleasant conversation.
Why don't you do it and just put it into little bowls, and then we can just bake
Okay.
them for you know 2-3 minutes in the oven.
Do you think Kazakhstan is ready for battling climate change?
Well, Kazakhstan has a carbon neutrality strategy to get to by 2060,
Oh,
but
really?
a lot has to be done to get there. And the most important thing is to reduce the use of coal. and to make sure that Kazakhstan has access to best available technology for as long as it uses coal.
We love coal
Well, it is
rather than, you know,
the biggest
sustainable
problem.
energy.
It's the biggest problem when it comes to greenhouse gases. The fossil fuel industry is something that the world has to step away from.
Sure.
But it's of course challenging for Kazakhstan, where the fossil industry is so strong and the extractive industries are bringing such, you know, economic viability to the country. But Kazakhstan is investing in renewable energy, and Kazakhstan is investing in diversifying its economy. And that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But more has to be done.
Michaela, I did some research on sustainable energy programs. For example, the main one is the US, the main country in the world that is well prepared for that. But what I've read is the US didn't, create some infrastructure for that yet, because it's very difficult to do that. To take the energy from the sun, wind, and water and make it sustainable. It's very expensive.
It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to be that expensive, because if you look at sustainable energy, it actually creates more jobs than what the extractive industry does. And by creating and generating more jobs, you're going to fuel your industry, just as an example, in a whole different way. And by making sure that you have sustainable energy, you will not be wasting the world's resources, because now we are going, the way that we are heading is going to increase the global temperature to such an extent that you're going to have to put all the money on mitigating the impact once it already happens. Whereas if we now look at adapting and making sure that we're shifting so that we don't go beyond the 1.5, we're going to be saving money in the long run. But of course, there will be a cost now when it happens. That's why we need to see that all those countries that have benefited by developing their economies on extractive industries and on coal energy, they must support the countries that now need to develop their energies.
For the first time, just shifting from the coal to energies. Change your mindset.
Change your mindset totally. So
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but do these potato balls look?
They look perfect. They look perfect, because we're gonna then put them in the oven. Yeah.
I feel like a child in the kindergarten.
They look like,
who's left with,
they look like snowballs.
Yes.
Like yellow
doing
ones.
whatever.
Let's see if we can turn this on like that.
So yeah.
Okay. How is our salmon doing here? Oh, he's almost ready.
Really?
Oh wow. I'm almost done with this work.
Can you slice me up some thin, just 2-3 thin slices?
Sure. Yep. So my question is about your duties. So except what you're doing in global scale, are you supporting some ideas in our country, just inside our country? For example, gender-based.
Of course. Let me just take this.
Yeah, violation, right? It's GBV.
Gender-based violence.
Violence, right?
Yeah. So, gender-based violence, let me just see where I'm going to put this. Where can I put this?
Okay, you can put it here.
You think so?
Yeah.
So I'll put it here.
Oh.
He can rest there for a minute.
What should we do with potato?
Potatoes we can now put in the oven, and then we can turn this up, I think, and put a little grill on. Maybe we should put some olive oil on them.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Now, they're being a little bit oily. Right?
They're a little bit oily, and then we put them
into the oven.
Into the oven.
Lambert, please open the door for me.
Ta-da!
Great.
We made it.
We made it, and now we're just going to put this on. We are boiling the asparagus, and they should just be sautéed for a few minutes. And you have to look at the potatoes.
Okay.
Because they shall absolutely not be burnt, just a little bit of color. Yeah, no, turn on so that they get more heat from above. But let us return to the issue of gender-based violence, because it's actually one of the key issues that we focus on here in Kazakhstan. Of course, Kazakhstan has a lot of gender-based violence, as does every other country in the entire world. So it's
Yes,
not, you know,
unfortunately.
it's not that it is unique to Kazakhstan. But for us, as the UN, we see gender-based violence as one of the key challenges that stands in the way of a society's development. Because when women aren't empowered, both economically and politically, they're not part of society in the same way. And gender-based violence is one of the biggest stumbling blocks for making this happen. And it's part of human rights.
Yes, absolutely.
And it also happens in the world, not just in
Everywhere,
Kazakhstan.
of course, everywhere.
For example,
Unfortunately.
How the UN, for example, helps our
So,
policymakers in doing better
well,
laws.
for the UN, it's clear that we think that domestic violence should be a criminal offense. That is a
First and
global
foremost.
policy that we have. And here in Kazakhstan, we're at the same time, of course, advising for this, but we're also supporting institutions. So, for example, training police to understand domestic violence and how they can deal with domestic violence, to make sure that health workers see it as well, so that if someone goes to a primary healthcare clinic, the people they meet, the caretakers, will think about domestic violence. We work with shelters, and most importantly, it's about attitudes. As long as men and women think that it's acceptable, it's never going to change. There's a lot of women around the world who grow up in societies where they are told that it's okay
Kind of
to
normal,
get a
right.
slap every now and then, or even worse, and it's not.
It's simply not, right?
So it's a lot about changing behaviors and attitude amongst people, and that's maybe even more important than laws.
I think Kazakhstan is now on the way of changing attitude eventually, and so we are really hopeful that the changes of, as you said, attitude will be the case.
Yeah, let's see if these are done.
Yeah.
how's that?
I mean, I like them when they're a little bit al dente, but this is probably too al dente for many others. So I'll give them another minute.
So now,
Let's see. We're going to use that to top off. Those we will not be needing. We have
3 slices lemon.
we have some lemon. Then we're going to do this.
so what do we have here?
Here
It's
we
mayo.
have some mayonnaise, some smetana. I'm putting a little bit of caviar into it to give it a little bit of color and texture. It's like a little sauce to go to the salmon, and we take some lemon juice, like that. Okay.
Okay.
And then I shall take some more, like that. Let's look at the potato.
Let's look
Okay, they will be done. Let's get some plates and see what we have.
3 plates here.
Okay. And then we can remove that one. Let's then see. We will start with the salmon.
It's rested salmon.
Rested salmon, okay. So there he is.
Oh, it looks so delicious.
So I'm gonna take pieces here, right?
And you mentioned that this is also a sustainable.
Absolutely. The salmon
What
is
is-
usually farmed, you know, so that
Okay.
it's not a wild salmon. That's, you know, it's
I
usually
see.
farmed. And that means that and then it should be marked so that it doesn't have, you know, too much of antibiotics and chemicals, but that it's actually, you know, healthy for you and for the environment around. And I think one of the most important things when it comes to food is to actually eat food that is relatively close to you, you know, so that it hasn't traveled all across the world. Because then your carbon footprint will be so much less than if it has traveled. Now let's put our potatoes up for 1 second just to give them a little bit of color.
Oh, my potato balls
Your potato balls
love
are...
that.
are doing
Look at that, how
incredibly
yellow
well
they are.
there.
You did very, very well on your potato
I can
balls.
be proud of myself.
Okay, and then I'm gonna put them there, and then we're gonna put a little bit of sauce
Oh, wow.
on the asparagus
With caviar in it.
with caviar
Sure.
in it. Okay,
And I think
Looks nice.
it's so great.
Yeah.
That's,
then
for
we're gonna
example,
put. Are you checking the potatoes now so that they're not burning?
And look at those
Lambrian.
colors. What, potato?
Watch,
Oh, yeah, sure.
watch the potatoes.
I'm here. I'm a watchdog.
Yeah.
Because I just want them to have a little bit of color and not be burnt now. This is a bit too thick, isn't it?
And Sweden is blessed with having a lot of red fish, right? So you can just...
Yeah, we do a lot of salmon, but not so much more. I fish a lot.
For us, like salmon or some red fish is kind of a delicatessen, you know?
But it is a delicatessen. It's always tasty. Yeah, do you reckon they're done?
I think it's
Done?
It's done, yes.
Okay, Michaela, I'm ready to get out.
Okay, perfect. Let's see.
Yes.
Yes,
I hope it's eatable.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are.
Okay.
So they are delicious little potatoes here. Whoops, look what I did.
Yeah. Super.
Let's wipe that off.
We didn't forget to salt them, right?
No, but I think you want to take some extra salt after you've tried, because there might be a lot of salt in the fish.
In the fish.
But we're not quite sure about that yet. And we just need to fix that plate. That looks boring. That looks boring. Okay, so there you are. That is a little homemade Swedish salmon
that looks
with
very nice.
snowballs.
Snowballs.
Snowball potatoes. There you go.
Cool, great.
Cool. It reminds
And-
me of some food
Yes, take it.
prepared for Happy New Year or something.
And now I invite you to our next room to taste it.
Thank you.
Here we go. Let us try our dish.
I wanna try it every
Swedish dish with salmon.
How is that, Einar?
Yummy.
It is.
But you can feel the salt in the fish.
Yes. I think I miss salmon so much. It's like eating with such a pleasure.
Tell me about this beautiful salad.
Yeah. So this is a salad with homemade bread, and it's seasoned by the Kazakh homemade butter. It's called sari butter. And if to translate it into English, it means yellow butter. It's a special technique our cookers use when they do it homemade. So please try it on.
I will.
Yes, please.
Sarmai.
Sarimai.
Sarimai.
Good substitution to the bread. But it's bread, right?
Very nice.
You can feel the taste of this butter.
Yes, very much so. It goes nicely with the salmon, I have to say,
Yeah?
because it has
Goes
that little
well?
extra. Yeah.
So, as you told Michaela, your husband is a good cooker.
You know, I think it's important that husband and wife shares on all the different duties at home, and to
Roles,
look after your kids and to cook and to clean. It's otherwise it's impossible for both work and have a career and be fulfilled and, you know.
Sure, we should support each other.
What cuisine do you like the most? Apart from your countries, I think.
Well, as I say, I do really enjoy Kazakh food. I think Kazakh food is very genuine and honest, and you can feel that it has traditions when you eat it. You can also feel that it takes a lot of time. It's not just food that you finish like this, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's amazing when you come in and there's like a dostarkan and you feel the warmth, the hospitality, and the generosity that is with the meal, and it makes the food even tastier.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm quite fond of actually Greek food. It's very sort of fresh and simple in its own way. And I also like spices like Indian or Thai. I'm very fond of Thai food.
How to say in Swedish? Very good, delicious.
Mycket gott.
Mycket gott. This is mycket gott.
Very good.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much.
And I think this is time also for us to give you a little present. You can take it with you. Brad, if you can
So we have
make
this
a
brand new
presentation
object here.
of it.
Just guess what inside. It's a sweet thing, and it's called jant.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's not jant. Yeah, it's
Beautiful
jant is inside.
Kazakh
That
jant.
is a national Kazakh food.
Thank
And
you
it's
so
covered
much.
with chocolate.
Season-
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm so
You could put
glad.
it here.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having me
you.
here.
You're welcome.
And that's very good final note to finish our program today. Michaela Friberg-Storey was with us today, and we were tasting a very delicious Swedish national dish involving some salmon and also caviar and, of course, our potato ball. So we enjoy this food with you. Thank you very much for being with us. Stay tuned and watch us on Silkway TV channel.